Welcome to the Dice Are Good Bad Storytellers. I'm your DM, Jacob Schallenkamp, which I continue to forget, but we are getting married next weekend, and so it'll be much harder to forget once that's all done up. So I'll just update that. I keep forgetting that. Welcome to Remalin. We are deep in the belly of the beast here in the Iagran Mountain. We are at Vaven's compound, where Kyle has just woken up from a short rest or been interrupted in his short rest as Fester has come to inspect his compound and figure out what the disturbance was, as things are getting the screws are being tightened on this operation. Kyle stands up above in this study area, just getting the finger of death from Fester, which sounds like an innuendo, and it may be, but he has been hit by this finger of death just after getting a disintegration ray early that day. Kyle is looking bad. And as you are at the face-off with here, we have Kubo, Leo, this new person B, this spider person, Reginald. Was it Reginald or Bertrand? It was Reginald. And then we also have a slew of torture victims from Fester, also coming up the tunnels, coming to meet up where Kyle is. There's Adlaria, there's Fluellen, there's Odina, and there is this large mob of people coming up from underneath the tunnels into that same study. And Kyle has told them to run, get out, and we are right here in this moment. We're going to start off because Kyle's at the top of initiative. After Kyle goes, then they're going to have a turn, and then it's going to be everyone else rolling initiative to see where they land in.
So, real quick though, so
Yes.
have we all decided if we're going to still go up? Well, we have to go up either way to get away, right?
Yeah, you would have to get up and go out.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, all right. And I went out.
And so Kyle, right off the bat, it is your turn. I'm going to share my screen over here real quick so you can see my really bad MS Paint. Where's the screen? Sharing. Oh my gosh, where is it?
It's right there.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Ta-da!
Yay! Hit share. Hit that. You got it. Ew.
So now, as you can see, Kyle, you're up in that corner. Now you can kind of see.
Wait, I think you're screen sharing this one, not that one.
Am I not? Am I sharing the wrong one?
I'm seeing it, I think.
Okay. So Kyle, you are kind of facing down. You're standing on this large rug in this big study. Fester's in front of you, who has just retrieved the wand and made an attack at you. There are 6 guards behind him. You can see the Warforged lumbering in the back. You can see him back here in that corner. And then there is also a mage next to the Warforged. And Fester looks at you with hate, but also it looks as if he knows that his father is dead. And he is not, he thinks that you are either a lone actor or that you are one of the many agents that has negotiated this death. He is standing there with a finger. He, throws away the useless charged wand now that he has, and he speaks to you briefly. Goes, so he was an agent from Sheen City, I see. That gnarled up green piece of flesh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he is.
The
Racist.
What are you talking about? I'm Vaucheline.
What a bum. I can do these bonus actions. That's nice to know.
I will be fully frank with everybody here. I am anticipating character death at this session. There is a lot.
Team.
Where? So, I mean, there's that open door right there. Is there any other exits or anything like that that I can see from where I'm at?
Behind you, there are several windows, large windows. They're the ones that you saw down from when you guys originally found this area.
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest point of egress or point of escape.
You
To really
guys,
get out from those windows.
so we know that Kyle's in trouble, right? And it's still
Yes.
Kyle's turn, so I will wait. But if it's okay, I wanted to propose something, but I don't want to interrupt your turn, Kyle.
I mean, you can make your pitch. I'm fairly certain I know what I'm gonna do, but
Now that freaky orb, what if we find a way? Can we like find a way to? I know that last time we talked about it, it was hard to like remove, but if we removed it and we threw it at them, could that be like a possible way to blow everyone up?
It's pretty far away. I
Yeah.
think it would be have to go out of
would
initiative
take
to
time.
go grab. And even if you could grab it, yeah, it would be quite the
Okay. No,
negotiation.
that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's not really difficult.
yeah, okay. I am going to he seems to purposefully stomp his shoes down as they seem to stick more heavily to the surface, and he's gonna cast spider climb on himself, and he's gonna just sprint out and start running up the side of the outside building.
Okay, so you're like popping out.
But yeah, I'm putting on like shoes that let me run on walls, and jumping through one of the windows, grabbing the windowsill as I fly out, redirecting my force to put my feet on the wall, and then I'm gonna just start sprinting up the side of the outside there.
Okay, so you're gonna need to get a window open. Are you going to take the object interaction, and it's not like a full object interaction, but I will like basically cost you some movement to basically throw it open, or are you just bashing it open and then getting out?
I mean, is it like just like a pane of glass, or is it like are there like metal supports and stuff like that in part of the window?
Pretty open panes of glass. This is a nice position, nice place.
Probably just pull his hat down low to cover his eyes and jump right through it, honestly.
You break through, and then you grab onto the side of the wall. So I need to know exactly how much movement you have, and are you going up, down, to the side?
So is there another level up that I can see, or like a roof that how far up is the roof? Or
there's definitely a roof to this building. I will say, or this part of the building. There isn't a roof above this. Like you can't go several stories up. You can just go onto the roof of this building.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I have. It would be, let's see, 35, 70 points of, or wait, is that a bonus action or a regular action? Well, either way, I'd have 70. So I mean, I'd basically take cover around the top of the roof if I have enough movement for that, and kind of peek over, so if anybody tries to come out the window, I have a clear shot with the gun I don't have.
Gotcha. Okay, so I like this a lot. I think you take a bunch of damage. You're messed up. You go. You have been in harsh pinches before, even if this is one of the harshest pinches you've been in. You've been in enough. You're well practiced.
I have 4 more hit points right now than I did after the disintegrate.
Holy cow! Well, as improvement.
Yay! I die a little less every time.
You bash the window. You hear kind of people going, "Oh God!" Like kind of freaking out. Then nobody has sentinel. Nobody can like reaction cast anything to accost you as you leave. So you benefit from having the first move of your initiative here. You feel your shoes engage. You're able to run up the side of the building. You see that there are fires out in the Iagran Mountain. You see that there are chaos, like distress. You can't get an insight on it. It is just chaos. It does not seem to have any direction or purpose. There's not like rallying cries. It's not like a Les Mis, but it's also not like Imperial March. There's just chaos outside. You run up. You get on.
There's just regular everyday Detroit.
No, yeah. Come up. You get up on top of the roof. Now everybody else down below is going to take their turns. You hear Fester go, send it after him, send it after him. You hear the guards kind of enter into this room, and you hear the clanking of this Warforged creature. You hear rock and rubble come loose as something spears into the wall of the castle, and you hear something kind of scramble up the side of the wall. You don't get visual on it, but you know it's coming after you.
It's coming from the inside?
Coming from the inside, and it's trying to get onto the roof after you.
How far up is the roof?
We will put it at, it's a beautiful estate house. It's about 20 feet.
Okay.
So this creature, it does not have enough movement for you to get visual on it, and it's this turn, but you know it's very noisy. You know exactly what direction it's coming from, and that it's barreling after you. And this is the, as I've lovingly described them before, the democracy killers. This is the the imposer of
the opposite of Liberty Prime.
Yes, the opposite of Liberty Prime. This is
Oppression Prime.
What?
Oppression Prime.
Oppression Prime. We'll go with that. I think that's most dockets. So then after that, we're gonna roll initiatives for everybody else. I'm gonna roll initiatives for all the NPCs separate from you guys, and then individual players will go as well. Okay. So Kubo got an 18.
He got 21.
21.
Advantage number. 14.
We're just going to use B's for all of the
everybody else.
Everybody.
Totally fine. That could be worse. I was honestly shocked.
What have you gotten, Leo?
Doobie doo. I got a 2. Oh, 20.
Oh, 20. Holy cow.
Right.
I'm running out of spells, but I have an idea for people who are in the area with me. Kyle, I think you are outside of 30 feet.
Okay.
Where are we coming from?
You are coming from, this is
Kyle?
what these stairs are supposed to represent here. You are coming up these stairs into this trap door that Kyle was underneath in this room.
Yeah. And where's Kyle now? Because he's like on the roof, right?
Of the study.
Okay, so we don't know that.
Well, I mean, you can probably guess broken window and something's climbing up it, but
Oh, we can hear it. We can hear you upstairs.
Yeah, are we all connected?
Yeah,
we have those.
You have the sending stones, and also you heard this enormous Warforged sprints. Like, you can hear people running around. I think you hear Fluellen go, it's going to be a bash up there.
And like a Midwestern mom voice, like,
it's going to be a bash. Oh, we're going out for a bash.
There's nothing like the anxiety of walking into a fight like this.
Let me see. I want to make sure I get all of the NPCs listed so I don't skimp everybody out.
Don't forget Odina. I would say as a
Odina's a
dragon.
big
I'm
deal.
hoping
My 3 tickles.
Oh, you got all the tickles.
Yeah, my tickles. What tickles?
They'll go on your turn. So you're
Yeah.
you're in charge of managing your tickles.
Leo, you're in charge.
Say less.
Say less.
Don't worry, Kyle. We'll be reunited. We're gonna save the. Oh, we're gonna separate.
And it feels so good.
Reginald B. It's just such a mob down there. And then you.
Well, are you gonna like flip a coin to figure out if some of the other people that we saved are gonna stay and fight, or if they're gonna like hide or something?
They're gonna have their own actions. They're not. Yeah, I'm gonna be rolling for them.
Because I don't know. That's fair.
So if once we're going back into initiative after we kind of figured out all this stuff, Kubo, you are leading the charge, kind of go back up the stairs. You led people back out of the area. And as you're coming up, you see dust and like insects, centipedes kind of fall out of the stonework of this secret passage. And you hear, boom, 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 the glass shattering. And you can hear all this movement. You hear footsteps up above you. You know that once you come up, it is a free for all.
I think he turns out of the group. And I think he's like dusty, like ripped suit. Anyways, and he just kind of looks at everybody. He's gonna go, everybody, this has been a wild time. I'm really glad I got the chance to save some of you. I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen up there. It sounds incredibly bad. From Kyle, it sounds incredibly bad. There's like a Warforged thing. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm here for all of you. I just want to win. Let's survive. Let's just try to survive. Be there for each other. Okay, cool. And then he's gonna finish casting Beacon of Hope by doing that. And so everybody within my 30 feet of range, so hopefully all the NPCs too, from now on, they have advantage on wisdom saving throws, death saving throws, and they regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
That is really strong. What's the range?
30 feet.
Okay,
So I don't know if Kyle's outside
Once
of it.
you stand up, I've established the roof is 20 foot tall. He is going to be within the radius of that. So all your healing.
Yeah!
Okay.
We got him!
Okay. All the healing will be at max. I'm going to say that this feels like everybody kind of gets a rush of adrenaline as if you just rolled snake eyes when that was your goal at dice. You know what I mean? Like you just got like 2 nat 20s in a row, kind of a feeling of like, whoa, and it kind of feels like this sense of fortune.
I actually know where it's down somewhere. Advantage.
So we're going to keep track of that. So that's your action. Are you going to use movement and pop up?
Such a good question. I think he has to, right?
Is it?
That is my action. It's a really powerful spell, so I'm not super surprised. I think the only thing I could do for bonus action is maybe just channel divinity before I go up.
I need to get some paper so I can draw.
Bonus action. Yeah, I can just move. I mean, I can cast Shielded Faith as a bonus. I think he's gonna do that, and then he goes up.
Okay, I'm going to be doing some real chicanery here to kind of understand. So I'm going to be taking a snapshot of what the map looks like every time, and I'm going to just take a picture of it on my phone and send it to the Discord. We go real,
Yeah!
we going real improvised
So, you know,
here.
he as a bonus action used the spell 21 AC, and he went up on people's turns. That's what.
Okay, so you pop up picture. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture at the end of all initiatives. So you pop up at the center of this room. There are 6 guards in here that immediately see you like undo a trap door and just pop your head up out of the area. It's a nice big trap door, which is nice. But there are, and these are the guards that were accompanying Kubo around. And you see that Fester is like right behind you as you turn your head. And he is this gaunt, spindly man. He is like the most malnourished looking dwarf of all of the Farah family dwarves you've seen so far.
I think honestly, just be like, ew.
Ew. And with that, we are going to move on through initiative. Kyle, you have your first round up on the roof here.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, assuming it's the whole length of the building. So I'm going to move 35 feet further down, and I'm going to hold my action until the Warforged appears.
So you're guys are going to like the opposite side of the roof and then just holding your action.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do it as quietly as I can. I mean, he knows I'm here, but hopefully he doesn't know I moved.
Gotcha. Okay. So you go up there. You hear scraping of metal. This terror as a Sue Valshaline stands up as the betrayer. You are on this roof and you can see this wide spread of the city. And you see these explosions start to go off from the directions of where Lord Valshaline was. Roll me a perception. We're just, so that we have something other than your turn going on here as we move over to Leo.
I did say I'm holding my action until the thing. Perception 10. I'm a little distracted.
You see something being raised on Picards from far away, long spears. You don't know, you can't see what they are, but you see like something being hoisted up on like long spears from far away. As that is happening, you're ready, not gun prepared for whatever pops up over this roof.
Nope, not guns.
Yeah, not guns. And we get to Leo. You Leo, you're behind Kubo, and you see Kubo pop up in the thing, turn his head and go, ew. And it is your turn.
But what do I see in front of me? Like, do I just see Kubo saying that?
I'm going to say
Or-
general knowledge. You know that there are guards in the room above you. You know that there's going to be a ton of attacks going after Kubo here shortly, especially if he's the only one up there.
Okay, well, I'm going to immediately send my tickles, like all three straight, ahead of Kubo. They're 30 feet. I don't know if that's enough, but
You want one of these to attack Fester?
I think they have to be. They can't do stuff on the same turn or
Oh,
something.
they're
They
not.
might be able to.
I might be.
But Josh, whatever. Yeah, you do whatever they do.
I'm sorry.
If they
Okay.
attack Fester, if they protect anything wrong.
oh yeah, they can. Also, Fester's like close up by the hatch.
Fester's by the window. Yeah, he's about maybe 10 feet away from the hatch.
Okay, so they have 30 feet. Okay, cool. So then, ooh, should I have all three go for him? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have the three go to Fester, and I'm going to have one of them cast Blight
I'm really scared. You
on Fester,
So
which is he takes 8d8 necrotic damage, but he has to give me a Constitution saving throw first.
okay, so this guy is much stronger than his father was, but he is now the ruler of Pharaoh of the Iagrin. He is the eldest,
Living
Pharaoh.
member.
Yeah.
You need to roll a wisdom saving throw because Kubo is there. You get to do it with advantage because of
Yeah!
the spell. So you need to roll a wisdom saving throw to be able to use him as a target for this spell.
You're welcome.
For Tiggles,
Ooh.
using Tiggles stats.
Okay. Roll.
You are fighting the man. You are fighting the institution, and the institution has well-established magic.
So
to
whenever
protect
we
itself,
attack Fester, we have to do a wisdom saving.
just like Parvel, because he is the current ruler of the Iagrin Mountain.
Guys, that's really. I'm glad I did that spell then.
Oh, I got 17 with advantage, right?
I think it is 18. I need to double check.
Oh no.
Does that count as part of the their mind control shit so that I'm immune to it, or?
It does not. This is old magic. This is not their mind control shit.
That's that grandpa shit.
And you will be immune to that
Grandpa
here.
shit.
It's that old shit. That dusty.
So, hooey. So you get a 17.
Yes.
Eagles is unable to cast a spell. He has to pick a new target.
Dope. But so does Blight activate? Does he fail?
You can pick a blight on another target. You cannot select Fester as a target.
Oh, I can't select him as a target. Okay.
But I bet if we kill him first, the Warforged will power down a bit. You know what I mean?
I mean, or it'll just not have someone giving it instructions and kill
You
everyone.
go berserk. Yeah, that's not. Quick, write your name on a scroll and shove it in his mouth.
You said Fester's by the window, right?
Oh no, I'm gonna troll this
Fester
thing.
is by the window.
Then I physically would like to come forward, and I myself would just cast Water Wall on Fester.
Say it again.
Water Wall on Fester.
So that doesn't do damage, right? Water wall.
It does it, but there is a wall blocking him completely from us out of water.
Are you doing it in the spherical version, or are you doing the?
Yeah, since he's by the window,
Yeah.
I was just hoping just trap him in that corner, just stay there.
Bubbling him off into the water.
Yeah, I'm you need to cool off
Yeah.
permanently and drown. He needs to figure it out, but he has to die.
Okay. Interesting. Huh.
And that is all I could do.
So
Whether that gets me the much.
cast a blight after. If you don't target Fester, you can target someone else
Like a guard.
with it. You could pick a
Oh,
guard.
I completely forgot. The closest thing from him is a guard, right? That's it, right?
Yeah, there are
'Cause-
guards in the room.
What's my range? 30
Well, blight
feet.
is
Can I get the mage in the way back? Is that 30 feet range, or was that mage too far?
You could get the mage. The mage is this is a about
Ooh.
30-foot everywhere room. It's like it's kind of a
Honestly, I want to get rid of the guy who can shoot magic from far away. So I'm gonna cast blight on the furthest mage in the back. He said, "Give me a Constitution saving throw."
okay. That is not one of the things he is good at.
I hope so. It better be a 1.
It should get a 17.
Oh my god.
Where does
That's
he take
against my spell DC, right? It is. Oh my god, yeah, he passed that. Oof.
Okay, how much damage does he take?
He takes half, so I have to roll 8d8s.
Still might kill him if you get extremely well. No, it won't kill him, but you very well will get very close.
Could be a-
So he takes 15.
15 damage.
Yep.
Hey yo!
And is that it? Blah 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 blah. Is he undead or anything? Or is he just like a living being?
He's a living being.
Okay, then that's it. Then nothing else happens.
Yeah, you Tiggles just belches. He's a gross being. That is what causes this. It floats about him, does damage. He manages to resist magically, and that's all your actions you can take. You come up so that you're visually there.
Yes. So I can cast the water wall thing and that's it.
Okay, so you are standing up in the place in the trapdoor as well.
Yeah, like I had a Kubo a little bit.
Okay. So now we've got the NPCs did roll a higher initiative than the established initiative of all of the group here. So I'm going to talk through what everyone does. Adlaria and Fluellen, they immediately come up. They use all their movement to come up into the room. Now they have like their actions available. They see that there is the water wall that's blocking the window, and all the guards are inside. They use 30 foot of movement to try and basically start leaving. They try to like leave out the door. No, actually, I'm going to roll an insight for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
No hard feelings. I mean,
They come up, it's chaos. There's people fighting, there's guards that are running in on them. They see that the window is behind this water wall. They actually stand right by the exit of the trap door, and they are holding their actions to sprint. And it looks like they are going to try and get to the window once there's a clear move for that.
that's fine.
But they see what's going on. It's chaos. They're not wanting to get involved in that. Odina,
Go crazy.
she goes crazy. Yeah, I think she runs up as a human, transforms halfway through the trap door, blasts, the hinges off the trap door, full young dragon in this room here. And she sees the water bubble. She is going to try and get 2 of the guards and the mage in a breath weapon. And so she is just going to unload that on them.
Crispy, crunchy.
Crispy, crunchy mages. I'm going to keep moving fast here.
What's that like?
Okay, here's Young Green Dragon. That is Poison Breath. It is a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. Let's see if the mage does worse. He does. Oh, the guard does bad. Guard does bad. 3, 7, and 8. So
Yeehaw, team.
now she's got to roll. I think it's 66. I think it's.
Okay.
It is 66 poison. So they all take the full of this damage. It's 18.
Crispy, juicy, tender.
So that is 27, 17. And both of these guards.
They they have a bad time.
They go down to okay. And so she, erupts into that poison gas. I want to make sure I'm not missing any effects here. No, I'm not. That was an extremely. I thought that was low. It is 12d6. So I'm going to roll another 66. Okay. So it's 40. Okay. That's a much different story. Mage goes down. Mage is fully dead. Mage is liquefied.
Period.
Yeah.
The guards are not looking quite as bad. They are able to put up the thing. But you see that the mage kind of exhausts a certain magical resistance with the blight. And as he's recovering, the dragon just goes blah, blah, it completely reduces him. And now she is just present. She's used all her movement to get up and out and transform. That's everything she's got for this round. Reginald comes up. He's just going to drop a mind spike on a guard. He comes up and is ready to throw down. He is a very smart person. You see him looking around, the spider eyes looking all over the place. That was him insight. So I guess he's going to pick a new guard because he got a nat 1. So he picks a new guard, and that guard needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Excuse me, it's an Intelligence saving throw. He gets a 5, so he's going to take a mind spike. What's mind spike damage? I've done it so many times. I got to keep all of water up. We do be playing D&D. Okay. Mind spike IV. I used to know this by heart.
Because of Arise?
Yeah. He definitely fails. 3d8 psychic damage. Okay. Roll 3d8. It's 15 damage. Okay. Now you see Savage comes up. He sees the wall of water and he goes, kind of gives a thumbs up to you, Leo. His face is all mottled. He's got the silver stuff put into his forehead. He sees that Fester's closed off. He is actually going to sit back, and you see that he is preparing to help Llewellyn and Adlaria. It looks like he's kind of deputized to help them get out.
Love to see it.
Then we have all the slaves. You see them. I'm going to roll a morale check.
Stay near Kubo. Just stay near Kubo. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't.
You see them run up, and they see Kubo out there. They see all these guards, and it's a little chilling because they don't look scared. They actually look like, if I die here, it's better than going back. And they kind of go, ah! They go full rage mode, and they just start slashing into these guards with anything they have with their hands. You see them pulling at their mouths and everything. So what I'm going to do with these guys is they're going to kind of function as a malleable swarm. And so they have hit points. If they lose too many hit points, they just aren't useful. But they're going to attempt to restrain entities. There are about 10 to 15 of them. And so there's a sizable amount of them that just might grab onto people. And so I'm going to roll some attacks, and they are going to go after the 2 guards that haven't been hit yet. And you see that they are just trying to grab on and restrain them, and the guards are slashing at them, trying to keep them back. You see blood flying, and the guards are not restrained yet, but they are just going to be thrashing and throwing themselves at them. And so I'm going to do some quick math to kind of illustrate how that's going to work. So I'm going to say that they attack 2 of the guards that are not injured yet.
I mean, if the horde's within 30 feet of me, they still get the benefits of the advantage on death and wisdom saving throws and max hit point.
I'm going to say they do as much damage as they take.
Yeah.
And so unless they roll really well, they are taking damage
I'm
as
just
they're
saying,
doing it.
maybe that will help them stay around for us or something. You never know. You never know. You never know.
Finally, it's B, who is, and she has the Vorpal Scythe for now, I think. That's that
Yeah.
person, the orc lady.
Dragon.
Dragon orc lady. And she is going to run up, and I think she would just go after one of the guards.
I agree with that. Now, I just have her sheet up. So if she were to attack twice at him, she could then bonus action range.
Okay. Look at that.
You know, I just have it up.
She has her old character
I'm
sheet
just
up. I needed to turn her. I needed to turn her into an NPC so she was a little less messy to do. So whatever she does now, that's kind of her only thing.
I love that.
I want you to know this is like her thing. She's gonna
love
rage
that for her.
and just keep slashing.
Well, yeah, she's going to attack and then she's going to rage.
Okay.
So she's going to try to hit this guy. Just going to attack twice. So she only got one of the hits. I'm guessing the 28.
28 will hit. Yep.
The guy gets 8 points of damage, and then she will rage. And then, because of that, she does her wild magic thing. So she can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that she can see until rage ends. She can use the effect again on each of her turns as a bonus action.
Okay, so you can move to another spot that you can see physically. Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
she can
good.
teleport.
So we'll say that she slashes. Then you see that B, some strange magical effect. She teleports. I'm going to say into the bubble. I think that the bubble doesn't block magic like that, and you can see in through it. And so she goes into that bubble, and that's where she's going to start our turn. And I think that is all of the NPCs. Now,
Warforged.
what?
Warforged?
Now it is going to be the schmucks. Warforged, everybody.
Oh, we love
Schmookity schmooks.
to see
I'm
it.
gonna write down a list here so I don't forget anybody. I don't have to write down the mage because she got super melted.
Period.
Period. Exactly. I mean, just the way it is, you know.
So we'll start with the Warforged because we've been out there. The Warforged crests over the hill. It's got a terrifying and a Terminator-like humanoid face. Its eyes that are normally kind of like white lights are red. It is like very obviously in a killing position. You see it haunches itself onto the roof and starts to just boo, boo, boo to make its first set of attacks on Kyle.
Down, boy. And I throw 2 grenades at its feet, blowing up, trying to blow up the roof underneath it.
Oh, so you're gonna have it try and collapse in on it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it is dexterity saves for it to avoid getting the damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that is only a 8. That's a +5, and so I've only got an 8 there. And do I need to roll 1 for each?
Yeah.
That one is a 13.
Okay, those are both going to fail. So it's going to do 39 points of damage to it, and hopefully that's enough to blow up the roof. I don't know.
I know grenades do double damage onto structures.
So then yeah, it would be like 70, not 78.
But they do have what's the word? Typically they have minimum damage thresholds? Like it won't even do damage until it hits at least.
Yeah, most things have like a hardness 10 or whatever the hell it is. What's the roof made out of?
That was 39 total.
If it's doubled on structures, it's 78.
78.
Plus, there's a giant Warforged stomping on it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll just like a luck check here. Let me see. Okay, so you throw these grenades. This thing's barreling after you. You see that you deal a sizable amount of damage to its legs. And you see them like jump down into the roof. And as a reaction, the creature grabs onto the roof and head of it and like goes into a panther mode and pulls its legs out of the roof, out of the holes that you've popped into the roof. The grenades have popped holes into like the stone structure of the roof, and there are some debris falling into the battlefield beneath. And you've done a sizable amount of damage. The thing is still going to get into range to melee you.
Yep.
So that is going to be.
Don't forget it has disadvantage.
Does have disadvantage. Okay, great. Let's see. So this is first attack with disadvantage. That goes to a 12.
I'll miss.
Damn it, a 1 and a 4. So that is a 7 crit fail. Terrifying, serrated, long, like fingered knives go out at you, and you both with the cloak of displacement, the magic you've got, the experience you have, you're able to dodge, weave, as this thing is just trying to sink.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
It's a great movie. And
he flaps his cloak, yelling "Olay!" as he does so. Because that's just who he is.
I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage for B. As you hear, and I'm going to say I love this wall of water idea. I want to reward it. And I don't think Fester would know that it was this much of a barrier because he could hear all these explosions.
Should have got a 13.
You hear him yelling, "Submit!" And Kyle up above, you smell almonds and you feel no other effects as you hear this go off. B, you crunch at your knee goes.
She's starting. Oh, wait, hold on. I have a question for you about this. So does that count as a spell?
It does.
Okay, cool. You can rule against this. You can rule on this.
Okay.
As a reaction, she has Mage Slayer attack. When the creature's within 5 feet of her cast a spell, you can use a reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the creature. She technically went down on her knee. It doesn't mean that she can't lash out.
I will allow it, but this is the last of the chicanery. Outside of this,
Chicanery. It's not chicanery. I'm just kidding.
the last of this, but I'm going to say because of the water sphere, none of the other people in the room are affected.
Does a 28 hit? Can I hit him twice or just once?
Just once.
Good. Well, a 28 I think would hit.
Yes, it will hit.
Let's find out, guys.
But she also has to make a wisdom save with advantage to even hit him. I'm being hard. I'm making this hard, but that damage will go through. If you
Okay, well,
succeed.
so far, how about a 15 or with advantage? Another 15.
Is that all she has to her whiz?
Yeah.
It's a high wisdom save. She's
It's
not
okay
able
if
to
it's
do
not
it.
it. Okay.
She
Well, then I get to keep doing it until it works.
B's training comes in and she tries to attack, and she's not able to finish the attack because of the resistance.
She's just gonna keep doing it every time we cast a spell.
Now there's going to be a bunch of guard attacks coming out. The guards are going to lay into the slaves that are attacking them. So that's going to be 2 attacks there. I don't even need to roll to hit because they don't have armor really. And so 2d6 plus 2. Can I get some? So that is 10, 12, that's 22. Track. And so you see that the guards take out their swords and lay low a couple of these slaves that are attacking them. They like cut one up, and he is dead on the ground. Moving on, that is going to be the other 4 guards. They are going to close in on. I'm going to say it's going to be Tiggles and Kubo. So we're going to have 2 attacks going after Kubo.
Okay.
And 2 attacks going after Tiggles. So let's see. That is a 19 and a 16 to hit on Kubo.
Kubo has an AC of 21.
What the hell? How?
Get his shit.
Holy shit. Okay. Damn, I made these guys really hard and you guys are fine. Okay.
I don't feel fine.
so sorry,
There.
DM.
You're fine. You're fine.
Now things are going after Tiggles. That is a 7 and a 13.
Both miss.
Fuck me. Okay,
Oh, team Beacon of Hope works, guys. It's because we all have good vibes. We're all friends.
Not really
Power
hard.
friends.
The real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Period.
And my fireball that I was going to lay down isn't there. I'm going to say that let me see.
His name's Fester.
Fester, thank you.
No, it's not worth it.
And it's concentration on you.
Interesting. Huh.
Okay. Fester is going to kind of scream with rage, put out his hand, and he is going to cast a fireball through the wall of water.
Okay.
And so this damage will be half, but everyone's going to have to make a dexterity saving throw. No.
That's so
I
lame
see
of
what
you.
you're asking.
That's so lame of you.
You can't, is it not a reaction? It's anytime.
It's a reaction.
You only have one
You
reaction.
only have one reaction between turns, yeah.
That is rules as written. So fireball blasts through the wall of fire. You hear a sizzling sound. Steam erupts into the room, and I'm gonna need.
But wait, the power of counterspell changes everything.
Dude, oh,
I cast counterspell.
getting fucked. I mean, he does
Let's do it,
have.
guys.
Does he have a
Let's
counter
fuck it
spell?
up. And then we can heal Kyle.
He doesn't have a counter spell.
It'll be
as
max hit
listed.
point.
Guys, my heart hurts. Okay,
It's okay. We love you.
you. I'm gonna say this is full on like. This is a wizard battle. This is a full on wizard battle. And so this sphere of water goes up. He yells out this command as a basically a bonus action, free action. Tries to effectively, but he can't. Enraged, he throws this fireball. And Leo, as the fire passes through the sphere of water, rather than popping through and then exploding like it should, you counterspell and the sphere of water like extends out, and the fireball fully sizzles in the sphere of water as it returns back to its normal form.
Amazing.
That prep kid got spells.
I read them books.
I do think we. I can't.
I do educate myself.
Okay. There are some surprises with the Warforged, so I'm not done yet. But we are going to keep going through initiative here, and that will be back to Kubo.
Okay.
Wait, I never had a turn.
Did Leo
You
have to-
did.
Yeah, you did.
We just got a full round through initiative.
This has all been
Oh,
one
this is still
round,
the
dude.
one round?
This is still one
Oh.
fucking round, dude. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind.
I don't know if I can channel this.
I thought this was
No.
my bad.
I hope that's okay.
You know what?
Thanks, like 100 people here.
It's okay. More bodies. Who's nearest to Kubo? Like, is it a guard, or could he make it through the wall of water to attack us?
I mean, you could make it through the wall of water to attack Fester. It is difficult terrain, but you basically just.
It's
push
20 feet of difficult terrain. So be careful.
Say no. Well, I was super close to him. I'm gonna try it because Kubo has a high wisdom saving already, so I'm hoping that we can start to deal with it. So can I do that? What should I roll? What do I roll? To get through the difficult terrain.
You don't have to roll anything. You just spend all your movement to close in on him.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack. Or try to. I'm gonna do the wisdom first. Okay, let's see if we get it. I'm gonna do that with advantage because my little thing. So my highest was a 26 wisdom save attack because he has a +8.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, cool. I like this. Let's see if we can keep that going. He gets a He gets a 12 and a 15 to hit.
12 and a 15 to hit.
Probably not good.
No, it does not. Barely. You swing, you feel your sword almost catch purpose, and it catches on the groove of an invisible barrier. Seems like you just met what his mage armor allows him to have.
What size?
1 second.
Well, okay. Would it be okay if I were to flip something right now? No, that wouldn't work. So I know that I failed. So never mind.
No, you can do the coins work. Kind of like divination rolls. I mean, you kind of did already know what you did, so you couldn't. Yeah, you need to use it.
Could I use my legendary reaction in my suit? I have one
to make an additional attack? Yeah, and then if you pop a coin, that'll happen. If you want to try and
but I
crit
don't
on
have to
him,
pop a coin. I would just have to do the legendary action, right?
to take another attack.
Yeah.
But if you take another attack and you don't think you'll hit, you can use a coin. But yeah, you can pop the legendary action.
I'm just gonna try legendary action. I'm gonna not use the coin. Okay, this time he got a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Let's give some damage. This
So you see,
10
you
points
hear,
damage.
you click one of the mechanisms in your suit. You feel it inject you with some vim and vigor, and you are able to lash out one last time. What's the damage you do to him?
Oh, he did 10.
10 damage. You get a nasty slash on his shoulder. He is still up.
Snarl at him.
Okay. I'm almost done with this picture of what's happening, and then I'll take it. Okay, I'm going to take a quick picture, send it to the Discord. Next on the initiative is Kyle.
How big are the holes in the roof?
I'm going to say they are about 1.5 foot in diameter. They're about like yay big, with some variation in like how the bricks are laid. They're not super huge. Hopefully that gives an idea of what I'm picturing for everybody.
Let's take a look at the little map. Let's see what the map says. Let's go. Oh, I'm getting itch.
I don't like it being in my face.
And while this is happening, have Leo roll wisdom or basically an insight here.
Ooh.
So I couldn't fit through. Could I fit through the holes in the roof?
I'm gonna say a pretty strong no. I think if you did, it would be a 20-foot drop. You'd take 2d6.
I wouldn't do that. My spider climb is still active. I'd walk on the underside of the ceiling.
I would let you roll an athletics check to see if you could fit through without spending additional movement.
How about acrobatics?
Be like a scramble. You could do acrobatics, but it basically would be like it'd be a high DC kind of like.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna basically try and squirm through the thing and use, like, I don't know, the rafters as kind of like a balance beam and twist myself back around, put my feet on the ceiling, and yeah, we'll see what goes from there if this works.
Bonus action disengage, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use a luck.
Use a luck point on that. I'm gonna say it's at least DC 15.
Yeah.
There you go. So Kyle, this is probably not fun to be as physically nuanced as you are. It's kind of like, it feels like Han Solo fighting a giant droid. Like it just feels like it shouldn't work out. I'm gonna say that you managed to whoop, whoop, and then sprint over to the hole, slide down, and then whoop, like grab, get your hands underneath it, and then plant your feet on the upside down of the roof. And so now you are back in the room, looking down. And as you look back down, you see Leo like 2 foot away from you on the ground as you're standing down from the roof. And so it's a very disorienting, lots of stuff happening. But yeah, you have fully gotten visual. You hear a sound from up above as it tries to maintain visual on you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw a grenade back up.
You guys throw a grenade back up at it? Yeah, roll. I mean, that's just to save for it, right?
Yeah.
Another dexterity save. Flat. There's another 8. This thing has a +5 to its dexterity saves, and it keeps rolling low. Okay. What's the
15.
damage? 15. So 156. I accidentally told you the score. It's actually lower than that. Okay. So this thing does damage to it. Another hole pops up in the roof. Now that's all you can do with your movement there?
I mean, I might be able to move farther into a corner. I don't know how far I went, but I think I'd move a few feet away from the hole in case it decides to try and smash around it. So yeah.
Gotcha. So you
maybe 10 feet or so.
You can't just reach down and grab your ankles and miss you. Okay.
Yep.
So you get underneath. You start to move away. Now it is back to Leo. What did you get for that insight check? Let me see.
17.
17. With a 17, you realize, okay, lots of stuff going on. Ultimately, we would love to kill Fester, but we got to get these people out of here. It seems like most people thought they were going for the window, and when they looked to the window, they saw a big water sphere. And now that Odina has killed the mage, there is a direct line out of that. It's just past guards. And so basically you kind of realize, I'm the guy who's going to make an exit route, I feel like. Like that's kind of where your role has landed with this stuff. And so I just want to let you know, like the sphere is kind of in the way, but also it is also keeping the Lord Iagrin from doing anything nasty here.
What do you mean by like in the way? Like in the way for Kyle to come back, or like what do you mean?
And so the sphere is just in the way of making it an escape route, because now all of the guards, like all of the people that are trying to flee, would have to go through the sphere, could lose a lot of movement and take a lot of hits from guards on the way out.
Mm.
You want to attack a faraway guard by the door?
Wait, but do we want to leave now, or do we want to kill everyone first?
Try to kill Fester. I don't know.
I thought we were here to kill everybody, but like if we need to leave,
I'm busy just like dancing with this thing. So
but you came back, right? Or you're still up on the roof?
I'm standing upside down on the ceiling, like 10 feet away from you.
You haven't been forsaken.
So you're within the water sphere?
No.
I'm in the room now, but I'm not in the sphere.
He's Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's
pretty much. Yeah.
As Leo's thinking about it, I do think that Kyle, you see a dirty, rotten, ratty-looking Adlaria with like fizzy hair look up from you from a shadow in the trap door and see you, and there's just kind of this cool, steely moment.
Okay.
Same. I'm gonna cast.
Is my cloak billowing in the wind as I stand upside down on the ceiling?
Yeah, and then it flops up because you're upside down.
Yeah, looks very cool for like 4 seconds and then total fail.
I think she saw it though.
I'm gonna have.
Matters.
I'm gonna have Tickle have cast Fire Shield on himself.
Nice.
And for myself, I will yes. I want to cast Inflict Wounds. Why not? That sounds cute.
Are you doing the cold or the fire resistance on the fire shield?
No one's really giving me an element to go off of, so I think I'm just gonna keep it with fire, I guess.
They threw a fireball, so I mean that's. Yeah.
Oh, one day. Oh,
at least he has that.
So perfect. So we'll get fire resistance and inflict wounds. I will. I'll have to touch somebody. I see. That is an issue. All right, I'm gonna cast Spiky Ground. I changed everything. I'm gonna cast Spiky Ground towards a guard in front of me where it can extend out and hopefully be a difficult terrain for every other guard behind him. It will be a 20-foot radius, centering on the point. Centering where? Okay, so it's a 100-foot range, and it's the center point of the person I pick. I want to pick the guard in the middle, most middle,
Okay.
and have it 20-foot radius of spiky growth coming from underground, which makes it difficult terrain, and anyone within it will take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they travel in here.
Wow. Okay. Tiggles is floating, so he isn't qualified. That will hit a bunch of slaves, as well as the other guard.
Ooh.
That's a,
Yeah, risk it for the biscuit. Too bad. I cast spiky growth.
So you cast Fire Shield on yourself though, or Tiggles cast Fire Shield on himself?
Yeah, I have Tickles with Fire Shield on himself, and I'm gonna have myself cast Spiky Growth towards the middlemost guard, and hopefully it'll be a difficult terrain for all the guards who are trying to come closer.
No damage now, but damage as they move.
Yeah, when they move through here, for every 5 feet, they take 2d4s.
Huh. Okay. So you cast the spell. You know, these spiky growths appear. All 3 of your summons now have these flame shields around them.
Yes, sir.
This, like, for lack of a better word, like magical PTSD that's passing some of these older guards there as they recognize some of summoner chicanery. They recognize, like, oh, this is the thing that lost us the war. Like, type of magic, this like summoning things up and being able to cast 12 spells at once, and there's kind of this like pallor going on their faces. Moving on, that is going to be all these NPCs. So now there's uneasy terrain over there. They're definitely not going to go in the direction of Fester. So Fluellen and Laria pop up out of the place, up out of the trapdoor, and they run in the direction of the melted mage. And so they're trying to run past these 2 guards. And I'm going to say they basically pass underneath Odina's, outstretched wings and just like try to run out. And they're just trying to get out. Odina is going to try and maul the guard on the right-hand side. That's just going to be a shit ton of attacks. These guys are mostly like metal shells. Like they do damage pretty strong if they hit, but like they just have a lot of hit points. So that's definitely a hit. Definitely a hit. Damn, that's all +7. Yeah, holy shit. Okay. So I'm just gonna roll these out real quick. Holy shit. Okay. Damn.
We are farmers.
Bum ba bum 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 bum. Okay. 2d10. Wow, minimum damage. Holy shit. That's 3, 2, 7. Then roll. That's 6. So it's 13. That's 13, 23. And then 31. So she does 31 points of damage to that guard over there.
Awkward.
So 31. That guard is looking really effed up, and it's one of the guards that was hit with the breath weapon at first. She's going to roll to recharge her breath weapon. She doesn't recharge, and she is just standing there to try and gain blows. Moving on, Reginald, he actually just peels off and starts following at Larry and Llewellyn. He doesn't want to be here. He's not as much as a warrior. Then Savage.
What, you think I want to be here?
Savage, seeing them leave, kind of pops up as well, and he's going to start moving out. He's going to land a couple blows on the guy that Odina started messing up, and so he actually only hits. Let's see. So he hits once. He's going to flurry of blows. He hits two more times. Yeah. Yeah, for simplicity's sake, because he's did a bunch of damage with a bunch of small hits, I'm just going to narrate what happened there. So basically, Llewellyn blows out all this stuff. She claws into, thank you, Dinah, claws into this guard, peels off portions of his armor. And then Savage, seeing them flee by her, runs up, jumps on top of this guard, just like bam, 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 crushes his skull in. As he's backed away from Odina scratching him up. And there's kind of this moment of connection between him and Odina. And then he just runs off, and she turns and starts going after another guard.
Love to see it.
Then moving on, that is going to be the slaves. They are going to roll some attacks. You see the slaves, the ones that are away from the thorny stuff, they fully restrain the guard. And you can hear him scream as they just manage to get around his legs. And it is a mob. It is like just a bunch of dudes just, you can hear him kind of struggling to breathe as they're like trying to grab around his neck. And they're just trying to smother him with pure their bodies. It is not like, it is a messy clump of bodies. The other guys, they are in the thorns and they realize like, oh, if I move, I get hurt. And the same thing hard, and they just kind of chill for a hot second. They try to not take damage from this thorny stuff that they're under. Moving on.
Hold on, is it B?
It is B, but she is under the effect of the
right, so how does she
submit. At the end of this turn, she rolls a wisdom saving throw. Okay. So that is with advantage.
She has advantage. Well, will you let me decide at the end of if she fulfills that or not? If my brain just froze. If I can, maybe Kubo would give a coin worth for to win.
The coins are very flexible. You can use the coins.
Yeah.
They're not like important rolls. If you want to use a coin to help her break out, you can. They're just very important. Okay, what's her wisdom save?
A 0.
A 0. No, she's not able to break down. She's on her knee.
I think.
Are you gonna do this?
Oh God, I don't know. I think
you can.
But if I do, she can't take an attack.
She still can't take an attack. No.
I think Kubo is gonna just wait and see for the next round.
Okay.
Because he might rather use it for himself.
No, for sure. And as we get to that, you are in the circle with Fester. You've slashed him. Fester reaches his hand out. You feel an intense dark magic come out of his hand. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Who?
You.
Oh, Kubo.
Yep.
He got a 24.
That's really good.
I don't know what's happening, man. It's rolling lucky. Jesus.
So we've seen too many of these today as a but this is a disintegrate. However, because you succeeded, you take no damage. And so as you dodge this disintegrate, it hits the wall of water, evaporates it entirely.
Can B be allowed to take that reaction?
She's under an enchantment effect.
Let him happen last
I'm
time.
so sorry. That was as she was going under.
I call bluff, but
okay. So you do not need to make a save. The save for that was about 16, so that was a really good save.
God damn.
And this, the wall of water is fully dispelled. But that is his action there. Now he's going to take a bonus action and yell again, "Submit, you rats, you pathetic creatures!" And we're going to see how the slaves do. They get to make this with advantage.
I do.
Damn. So the first, actually, both of them succeed. You see that both of the slaves, you see a couple people are phased and terrified, but the guys that are in the thorns and everything, they're already like stopped and kind of panicked. And the people that are smothering the other guards are just like, God! Like just so like freaking out about it that they're not even. They're in the murder mood.
I love that for them.
And so I'm gonna say that they take this guy down to.
Damn, people got lucky there, fam. Oh shit, I don't know. God,
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this room is full of steam. There's this hot water. This kind of dispels as the disintegrate melts the sphere of water that he was in. And then we basically need to have everybody roll wisdom save, but they get to roll this with advantage.
Yeehaw.
Kyle, of course, just almonds. You get to smell almonds.
Sorry, but requests to submit must be filed in triplicate at least 3 weeks in advance with the witness of a public licensed notary.
So, Adlaria and Llewellyn, as they are about to get the door,
They both got it.
slam down on their knee. What are you rolling?
Kubo and B both got it.
Okay, so Kubo and B are both immune from the wisdom. Well, B was already down, so this usually will get. But Kubo is safe, and Odina manages to resist the submit, and then Reginald passes. Savage.
Isn't Odina inherently immune because she's like not human or not mortal or whatever? That's why the whole dragon thing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And then Reginald or Savage gets a nat 20, and you see him just kind of look over his shoulder like, what? And
no cell.
The save is the slaves, like, you can tell it affects them. You can see like 1 or 2 people in the mob kind of like, oh, kneel down, but for the most part the mass of like 15, 20 people are still like
Oh god.
And so that is all of those. I gotta make this Warforged scary, guys. I'm sorry, I just scary stuff. But not yet.
Is he really sorry though? I don't know. You know, it's a DM curse.
I'm going to roll an athletics check for this Warforged. Okay. So you see the Warforged reach into the hole that was made by the last grenade that you threw up, Kyle. And you see it like, and it pulls off maybe about a 4 foot by 4 foot chunk of the roof. And at first you think he's going to pull it up, but instead he lets it go. And you see that it drops directly onto Odina's head in the center of the room. And so she just drops this big chunk of stone. How do I want to roll this for damage? It's not fair for it to be like a full disintegrate, but I'm going to say it's about half of that. And there's a chance for her to be restrained if she fails the...
Take the damage from like a catapult?
Catapult, let's do that.
She did.
That's okay. She has advantage on death saving throws.
Oh, like an actual catapult. I got the spell catapult as a compliance.
Yeah, no, I was thinking.
Or no, what a ballista is.
Well, do they not have catapults in 5e?
I think ballista is just what they call them.
I also believe it's a ballista.
Well, I mean, yeah, those are just 2, but I think.
I mean, 3d10 does not sound that bad.
I'm gonna say 5d10, and if she fails a dex save, she's restrained.
Can I give her the help action by telling her I love her?
I love you.
Look out!
Okay, Odina takes 17 damage, and she's gonna roll a dex save. She does get a 4. So you see that Odina's wings get smushed under this big chunk of rock as it cracks on top of her,
Can I talk?
and she is restrained underneath.
Can I ask Savage to help him?
Yeah, you can.
Can I roll persuasion?
Yeah, roll persuasion to see if you can get Savage to help.
You're being sense. How about a 12?
You see that Savage looks to you, looks to Adlaria and Fluellen kneeling on the floor, and he just
Okay.
gives a full no.
Okay, I didn't realize it's fine. It's fine. There's bigger fish to fry.
Mhm.
Because she knows that like I'm not forsaken my girlfriend. That's important, right? 3, 4.
Okay. Then the dragon is going, or the Warforged is going to drop down through the hole that he made, land next to Odina. And you see that he just looks up at you, Kubo, or not you, Kubo, you, Kyle, and it seems like he's still.
It's just
And you see that it just looks at you using its action to create a point of egress in and out of the roof that it can go through easily. And you can tell it's just going to keep gunning for you. It's just going to keep following you. And this thing moves fast. Moving on, I believe that is Fester with the Disintegrate. He also used a thing. Guards have not done all their hits, but they are very unlikely to hit anybody. I'm going to say that the guard over on with the slave is going to do an athletics check. You hear the guard that's in the mass of slaves go scream in a muffled way. We have got one attack on Tiggles. That is a 17 on Tiggles.
No, misses.
One of these guards is dead.
Yay!
Another guard is going to swing at Odina, who is restrained. This is with advantage, right? Since she's restrained. It's only a 14. No, wait, that's an auto crit, right? No, it's not an auto crit. She's
no,
dead.
not on restrain. That's to be they have to be have the helpless or whatever.
Yeah. The other guard tries to hit it. Odina can't get through her scales. Ineffective. Now we're.
Easy. Never mind.
I'm going to roll an insight for the guard here. The guard that is around all the slaves. There's just kind of this horrifying moment between the guard and the slaves that are in this mess of vines where they're just kind of stuck looking at each other. And I think the guard kind of has this moment of psychic realization of they will smother me. They like this is a mob. And he's going to take the damage and try and run out to the window back to where Fester is and support him. So he's going to take the 2d6 from your vines, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
That.
That would be. Wait, how many feet is he going?
He's going to be going 10 through the vines.
Okay, so that's 4d4s. That would be 12 damage. 12 piercing damage.
We love this.
He takes some damage. He runs through. He's actually, because B, I'm putting on the other side nearer to him. He's going to take an attack on B as he closes in.
Go for it.
And she is.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
That is whole of 2 and a 4, guys.
I would say that he misses.
That's with advantage. I'm serious. So yeah, he misses entirely. You can't get fuck. Okay. Now. Damn. Okay.
Just play how much.
Yeah, I
you know,
Kill every time I get hit by a goddamn disintegrator finger of death.
It doesn't feel great.
It doesn't feel great.
Um,
That sucks.
Now we're
Yeah.
back up to the top with Kubo. As you see this, you just saw this line of green light pass your face. You hear an explosion of rock as you hear a roar from your girlfriend.
That's right.
Roar.
The girl.
Do
How
the
old
roar.
does the wisdom need to be to beat this?
I believe
We got
after you
22 to
pass-
27.
Wait, are we back at the start? Is that would be me?
No,
I'm
she's
above
actually
you.
slightly above you.
Oh, okay.
Only by 1. If that
But
helps.
your first round you were before, because your first round you had before everyone else entered initiative.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, makes sense.
Either way, I passed the wisdom to whatever.
You
trade back.
definitely did. Holy cow.
And I'm gonna possibly use one of these because I'm getting real tired of his shit, and I just need to hit this bastard. So, what's his AC to hit him?
It
an 18.
is,
Metagaming.
I got him
it is
both.
metagaming.
Metagaming.
Oh, It's not. It's okay. I won't need.
He doesn't have a shield, so I mean, I can't. I mean, even if she knows, I can't do anything about it.
So that's that just 13. You're crazy.
What?
Is that just 13? Is that 13 damage?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's
That's
14 damage.
14
5
damage.
and 9.
thank you.
And,
So,
and you're not
Kubota
doing
shortage.
any what's the word?
Smite.
Smites.
I can't use my divinity. I already used it. We
Oh.
have had.
Mittens.
I can't, or I would.
You slash into him again, and this guy kind of hisses at you
Come on, let's
unhappily.
spit at him.
Spit on him. Moving forward, that is going to be Kyle.
Yep.
Listen, the sooner we get this guy, the sooner we can help. Okay, what are my?
Well, as an artificer, looking at this thing, do I know if I can see if I see any way I can, seriously disable it, or I have some idea of maybe reprogram it somehow or anything like that?
Roll me an Arcana check. Roll me an Arcana check on this thing.
Arcana's bad. 18.
18.
That's good.
So I'm going to tell you a bunch of stuff that you know as you're looking at this guy. The same magic that is protecting Fester, that was protecting Parvel, that forces a sanctuary, is the same kind of magic that powers this entity. It is statecraft. It is like the constituent. It is this entity of law that is bound to the laws and nature and dictation of a country. Getting into this thing would be a lifelong effort. This is kind of like trying to hotwire an elven artifact that was made over like 400 years out of whispers and songs. Like it's kind of like trying to hotwire a dream, like it's pretty impossissible.
So even if I couldn't do like the whole thing, is there any way I could like make like a limb or something like that maybe malfunction? Or
I'm gonna say it does seem to be just a warforged. So if you find a way to magically disrupt a warforged like function, I would allow it to work. But the other thing I'll say with this 18 going on, this thing is still in polite mode. This thing is still in manage the crowds mode. And it looks like once it hits a certain damage threshold, or once it receives enough damage in a certain way, it's going to get less polite. And it's going to start doing a lot more damage, do a lot more property damage, be a lot less discerning in who it hurts.
I'd love to see it. Not really. I'm being sarcastic. To be clear. We'll do it, guys. We're gonna save our lives. Fuck.
I'm going to roll an insight for Fester here.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Oh, you finally got a D20. Oh
I
my
did,
god,
I
that was so
did.
good. Wow. Fuck him, honestly.
what floor are we on?
I'm going to say you guys are on the 3rd floor of the manor.
Tasha, come give me good luck. Beep boop bop. Beep boop beep.
Shit.
Beep boop bop. Beep boop bop beep bop.
I have any great options for this guy.
You could try to hit someone else with your not gun. You can do whatever you want, by the way. I just like to talk. I'm not trying to play.
Yeah, there's a well, now that he's in the room, yeah, it's gonna have to be that, not grenades.
Tasha,
If
I hate Professor.
Who's nasty?
yeah, I guess I'm going to running along the ceiling, get into the corner farthest away from the Warforged thing, and take the aim for my bonus and fire some shots.
At the Warforged?
Yep. And
Guys, we're like living it up right now. Like, I don't know. Wowzers. Well,
What we get.
let's do it again. You got this time.
oh, there we go.
So that's
Okay. First one is going to be 19 to hit with 12 damage.
so tink. On
Okay.
the bullet.
Second one is going to be 47.
Wow.
Let's
Okay.
get that crit.
So I mean, this is extremely cinematic. You point, shoot. It glances meaninglessly off its armor. Re-aim upside down with your cloak billowing behind you. Shoot into it, and you hear a nasty, kind of a nasty mechanical as it hits something really critical, and you
This
hit,
looks important.
that is a lot of damage for this thing to take. So it's 47.
From the crit shot, and then 12 from the other. Yeah, if it hit even.
Yeah, no, the crit shot does not hit. You see it, and its eyes go wide, and it's good that you did that Arcana check, because now you see it is in not polite mode. Going forward,
I point at Kubo. She did it, or he did it.
oh, this is gonna be dramatic. You're up.
He did it. It wasn't me.
I will find out, maybe.
You're up, Leo.
Oh, it is I. Um, my water burst. Some kind of Saiyan.
Oh, your water. I was like, what?
Your water That is.
I mean,
Word that. Right.
I mean, it is be happening. What can Tickle do for me? Oh,
Fight that. Have it fight that thing. Have it fight that thing. Hey, have it fight that thing.
But isn't that thing on the roof now?
No, the Warforge is going Terminator style after Kyle, but it is walking along the ground now.
It's on your level.
Is it on the spiky ground?
No. So
Aw.
point at the map, it is right to the left of Odina.
I don't think you updated the map.
I haven't updated the map, but Odina is still in the same spot as she was before.
It's like-
And so it's dropped down from the roof. Odina has been put underneath a bunch of rock from the roof that it's taken apart.
Ooh. Tickles. I don't know if Tickles can take on the Warforge, but I will cast. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have Tickles cast webs on the Warforge, hopefully restricting its movement solely. So
What is the save on that?
it is a difficult terrain of a 20-foot cube point of him. It is a 5-foot depth and surface. Jesus Christ. It must make a dexterity saving throw, and if you fail, the creature is restrained.
Okay, what's the save? He's been rolling bad dexterity.
I'm assuming it's my spell DC. It is 14.
You got an 11.
It is restrained.
The look on your
in
face.
webs.
Okay. So this okay. I gotta
This killing machine.
yeah.
Is that what you call it?
So Tiggles floats up, and it's kind of interesting because Leo, I feel like you are in the moment as a summoner. You are in this whirling vortex of people, summons, doing all these things all at once, running to and fro. Like it is chaos. It is absolute chaos. And Tiggles, seeing this thing go after Kyle, Tiggles kind of looks to you, Kyle, and gives you like a wink, like, I got you, buddy. I got you.
I don't want your help.
And he casts this spell. Sinewy silken strands wrap around the Warforged and kind of hold it in place. It needs to make a strength check against the spell save. That will have to use its action. So that is really strong. What else on your turn, Leo?
I will also
Is that web?
have. Yes, it is web. He just shot it, I guess, out of his mouth or hands. And I'm gonna cast. I myself will cast Dust Devil on the center of that soldier. I put my spiky growth on. So Dust Devil will spawn a Dust Devil of 5 foot radius, making a storm of sort, but only for 5 feet. Unless it's in difficult terrain, like my spiky growth, which then it gains an additional 10-foot radius. So it's a 15-foot radius of a tornado throwing debris around that will do 1d8 damage.
Okay, so Wall of Water was concentration. You already dropped that. The spiky growth is not concentration, right?
No. Oh, it is. But I will drop spiky growth, and then I will have that Dust Devil happen.
Okay, how much damage did that do again?
1d8.
It will do 1d8, but they must do a strength saving throw first.
And is it on their turn or immediately?
At the end of their turns, actually.
It's like Pokemon. Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Yay!
Gotcha. So this Dust Devil spawns up. Yeah, you know that meme of I can't think of the actor that plays the Green Goblin, where he's like, I feel like that is the vibes I'm getting from Leo right now.
Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah, there's a famous thing where he's like, he's casting spells all over the place, managing all of this control of the environment.
It's chaos.
With that turn, now we're back to the NPCs. Adleria and Fluellen at the end of their turns are going to try and make these wisdom saving throws. Adleria fails. Fluellen passes. Dinah is going to try and make a strength save to break out from the rocks. And I think she has a pretty high strength modifier as a dragon, but it might be close. Yeah, she very quickly just smashes them. And you see that she tries to basically follow Fluellen out. She's going to take a recharge on her. She doesn't get a recharge on her breath weapon. So her action is done. She's getting out with Fluellen and everybody. Reginald passed. Reginald is gone. Reginald has like fully out of the room. He is with like his cloth cover over his head. And then it is to Savage, who's kind of helping. And with Adleria, who's failed, he's actually picked up Adleria. And even though she's like unable to move, is trying to flee with her. Then it is to the slaves. I'm going to say that this turn, you do no longer hear the guard that was struggling underneath all of them struggling, but you do see about 5 dead slaves from kind of the fighting. The slaves that were underneath the spiky growth, they start to chase after the guard that fled, and that's where the Dust Devil is, and so they step back and don't get engaged with that. And then they turn around and see the guard that was engaging in Tiggles, and they go, "Damn!" They run back over to him. They start to attack him.
Okay.
Finally, we're to B.
Well, let's see if she can even break the wisdom. Okay, so what is the DC to break it? What is it?
It is 16.
Fuck, okay, she doesn't break it.
Okay.
I don't know
She
if
gets
it's worth it.
advantage.
I know she does.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's be worth it to even use a coin though, because he's just gonna keep doing that.
Well, yeah, he will keep doing it. Once you break it once, you are immune to it. Or until basically until your next
No,
long
okay,
rest.
and then can we do that?
You're gonna do that?
Yeah, it's useful. She's worth it, I think, if we can actually get her to fight. Not just Fester, but other people. She's powerful.
All right, interesting.
And she has that fucking reaction I want her to get to use. God.
Kubo, you flip up a coin. You see, kind of the emotional sensation of bingo, jackpot, like this intense, release. And you see B is able to break free at the end of her turn. She's able to take reactions now and won't be affected by that again.
Oh yeah.
Moving on, that is all of the turns there. Now we get to Warforged and them, and this is where things are starting to getting messy. So I'm gonna start with Fester. Fester sees you, Kyle, and sees you running along, and looks to you, and then sees the people that are fleeing, and he goes, Warforged, after the women, and points them back toward the people that are fleeing out the room. And you see the Warforged goes, turn around. It needs to make a strength save to break out of the webs, which we will see if it succeeds at. It does get an 18 plus 5, so that's a 23.
Oh my god. It breaks out easily.
But that does use its action.
Oh, good.
It uses a bonus action attack that you haven't
Oh,
seen
okay.
yet. I need 2d10s.
Curse you, machine.
That it's okay.
You see, okay, I need to make a attack roll actually. Gosh, I'm getting right to the thing. Okay, so with that in mind, that is so it shoots, and you see that it hits Savage in the back, and it deals 14 damage, and it's basically like, magically speaking, this is basically like a scorching ray. It's just like a one target thing, but you see that it comes out of its face, its eye, and it seems to be doing it as a bonus action on its turn. And so it uses its action, and you see it boom, boom, easily closes with them as they're fleeing. Easily gets right back up to it. This thing has a lot of movement. And so it's unable to attack, but it breaks free, chases down, and it is chasing out of the room with them. I don't want to waste too much time on the guards, but Fester, because they're just kind of in general attacking, and this is kind of starting to unravel.
Let's see what Fester does. Oh boy, I'm nervous. Let's do it.
Let's see.
Oh god.
You see that Fester kind of whispers something, clutches an amulet on his chest, and you see a strange scimitar, ethereal scimitar, appears out of kind of thin air next to him, and it attacks Kubo here.
Love to see it.
And so it is going to make its attack roll. God. Ah, it is a 4. Okay, cool, great, fun. So it does not hit you. And so
Whoa, wait. He just used the spell.
He did just use the spell, so B can take an attack on him with a reaction. Vorpal stuff gets wild.
That's 18 to hit and a 23.
Stuff.
So do they both hit or does only one hit?
She only hit once, right?
Sorry, so let's do the 23 then. Yeah, 23.
She can only attack once.
You only get to do one attack because you're not taking the extra attack applies when you're taking the attack action. You're not technically, yeah.
What? I confused them. 8.
Okay, so 8 damage.
And she smiles at Guys,
Okay,
Huzzah.
she gets him with the vorpal slice. You see that he grabs his arm, and this floating sword that's about him is going to keep engaging, and he is fighting with you guys here. Moving on, guards. I'm just going to take a quick visual, and then I got to do a drawing. And we should probably take a break right about now, and then
I have to use the button.
yeah. So I'm going to do a drawing. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll post the drawing, and then we'll get right back into it. How does that sound?
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
5-10 minute break. Pausing now.
Hello.
So we got some buggers. We got some buggers doing some stuff. So I sent that video. We got some guards. We got a guard coming down on B. That's a crit fail. Don't even gonna dignify that with a response. 2 on hitting slaves. Holy shit! What the hell? Okay. Looking at 3 on a guard hitting Odina, and we'll do that with advantage. Okay, that one would actually hit. There we go. That broke the curse. There's literally 1, 2, 3 in order.
Wild.
Where am I at on the ceiling? I can't read it.
Oh, I haven't put it down. I'm so sorry. You are over here by, you would have to run past Kubo. So you are,
You're like, oops.
you're between Kubo and the dead guard on the ceiling.
Crispy dead guard.
Or
Okay.
like smothered. And then, so the guard he'll hit on a.
Whoa, police.
That was really
There
weird.
we go. There we go. I accidentally clicked it just wrong. Okay. So he does some damage to Odina.
She's like a tank though.
Yeah, she can take a lot. But
Like,
I'm
I don't want her to.
trying to keep track because this Warforged can really mess stuff
I'm
up.
sure. Oh, I can't
Um,
wait. Oh goodness. Oh.
So that's all the guards. Actually, there's one more guard that's going to go after slaves. And he gets a 4 on his attack roll. So the slaves managed to dodge his attack. Now we're going to go right back in. Kubo, you're right off the top.
Right.
Gotta get through that wisdom sanctuary effect.
I was looking at disadvantage.
Yeah.
23.
I
I was
think
telling them I was really excited about that spell because I had never used it before. And
it's
it really
perfect
worked.
for this.
So at least there's 1 hit. Wait.
no,
No, I
so
can hit
now
twice,
you can
though.
hit twice. Yeah, once you get past the sanctuary.
I believe-
My sanctuary.
Oh, Team Hearts 26 and 15. There's only 1 hit.
1 hits.
Yes. We'll take it. It's something. 8 damage.
8 damage. Yeah, there is a very, for lack of a better word, patriotic event happening here in that Kubo is very specifically designed to kill this age-old thing that is giving wisdom protection. You know, like, you know, like this is something that legitimately assassins, this is the reason why it's so hard to assassinate these people, is because it's so difficult to get past this wisdom saving throw effectively. Like all these things will be organized, all of these traps and perfect little betrayals and stuff, and then at the end of the day it's all to get this shot that doesn't matter if you can't get through that wisdom save. And so like, you know, it's a big deal that you're making it through as much as you
Oh, it
are.
is. I was commenting to them, but I don't know.
So how much damage? Yeah, I got that down. And that's all you can do on your turn.
It's your birthright.
Okay.
I'm out of a lot of my stuff.
Then going on, that is going to be Kyle.
His name is Kyle. He's on the ceiling.
Mikael.
Oh, if I do web, that's concentration. That'll no, can't do that.
Yeah, concentrate. Use your brain.
So can I get a Constitution save from the Warforged? I
Ooh.
think it's Constitution.
Okay, that is a 23.
Okay. Yeah. You see Kyle pull a device that kind of shoots what looks like a little lasso that goes around the neck of the thing, and a python just launches down to the other side of the room, and it looks like it's trying to yank it down there, but it seems to not be strong enough to do it.
The Python, what was the thing you said?
I was trying to use vortex warp. So basically the way I was describing it, it's a lasso basically attached to kind of like a grappling hook that shoots off into the attach to the back wall and then yank it over there. But
oh, I see. You're trying to like teleport it to a different thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
you hear like the whirring of your engine, and then as like the engine tries to like with a lot of thrust pull this thing away, and the Warforged is just able to go and pull away from it without it being able to teleport it, warp it. Really dope though. Moving on. Is that all you can do? Do you want to do any movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna run to where some of the like dust and debris is a little bit thicker or smoke or whatever gathered near the ceiling on the other side. I'm gonna run over and hide. Take the hide action.
Other side. Do you mean you're going back toward the Warforged, or?
Probably more like over where the kind of near-ish the Dust Devil, because like it's where the most stuff would be on the ceiling.
Okay, gotcha. So you burp, you suction cup man across the roof. This is visually hysterical. On the roof. Now it is going to be
freaky.
Kiko's turn. Pretty good stealth check. It is wild how poor I'm rolling today. It is truly wild.
I think honestly, no comment.
It's wild because I have someone here to confirm. Like I'm not just being like, you guys got the best of me. It's
no,
like
it's sad.
2, 3, 1.
Spider. Oh wait, sorry.
Hey Leo, you got
Spider Kyle.
Tis I, Leo Okomi. Is Fester adjacent to Kubo?
Yes.
Dope. How far is the war from me, and how far is it from Kai?
The Warforged?
Yes.
So from you, the Warforged is about 20 feet away. From Kyle, it is about a full 30. The Warforged is right behind Savage.
Well, I feel like this Warforged is giving Kyle a big of an issue, so I will.
I don't think he even knows where I'm at.
well, I'm gonna get rid of it temporary for now, and I will cast Polymorph and turn it into a turtle.
Yes! The Warforged, let's say it doesn't have to make.
Constitution.
Yeah, I think Constitution.
Okay, let's see what it gets. Okay,
No whammies.
6 + 5 to 11.
You need to beat a 14. A turtle. You were a turtle. And as I
That's what you
point
get for
at
making it a Warforged instead of a golem.
And now that I point at it and laugh, I will have tickles, all of them jump and help Kubo. And since they're adjacent and he's a rogue, does Tickle gets sneak attack?
Yeah.
He would get sneak attack on.
Well, it's just
There's one other person adjacent to.
just a normal polymorph.
That's just how it goes.
I was really debating on whether I gave these things magical resistance because I was like, well, the populace doesn't have magic. Like,
No take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all play that in the same room.
okay, that is concentration, so your Dust Devil will go away.
I think that's
Period. Let him out of here. Let it out of here. Let it fade. Let it fade out of existence.
There's something
You
so
just-
comedic about into a little turtle. I think it continues to walk forward in the way, like as if it's going after Savage.
But slow.
I'm not gonna lie, I was planning on narrating this thing fully killing Savage
Yeah,
and then moving
Yes.
on. This thing does a shit ton of damage.
oh my god.
So holy cow. So for an hour you don't have to worry about that. Okay.
Don't accidentally splash damage it, people.
It's a turtle. It'll be tanky, I think.
It's just
This turtle is like a landmine. Don't touch the turtle.
And I'll have the tickles do the sneak attack on Fester.
All three of them will go.
Yes, with their daggers, which isn't a lot, but it's 3 of them in a sneak attack, so I don't know.
Yeah, roll, man. Holy cow.
What is sneak attack again? Is this advantage or no? It's double.
It adds extra damage to it depending on what level of the rogue is.
It was just normal attack. I mean, you guys definitely have flanking. You should probably have been rolling with flanking before. I mean, I don't rule flanking, but there's literally 6 people around this guy. I mean,
It's up to the DM then, I guess. Like, what level is Tickles, or like, is he my level? Because I don't really give him levels.
What level rogue? Yeah, for how big are the sneak attacks, basically?
so this is for my ruling to make.
Well, just because my summons aren't
Even
level.
class levels, yeah.
Yeah, they're not level to me. Like, they could be my level, but that's your choice. Like, they're just a summon.
That would be like a 66 sneak attack per one. That
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
would do that.
that they. And
It
there
depends on Tickles.
are 3 of them. I mean, it has become established that summoners are busted. Them all being the same level as you, all 3. I would say if it was 1, that might be balanced with your class because you're such a squishy. So I'm going to say that they are all like 2nd level rogues, basically.
when they break
2nd,
apart,
3rd level
right?
rogues.
Okay, so I think that's a
All
plus
of them.
6.
So it's an extra D6 for each one, then yeah.
Extra D6. Okay.
I think that's fair. Does that everybody feel pretty good about
yeah.
it?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I
yeah.
would have. Yeah.
We'll
Okay,
just
so
cut it
I
like
have
a
to
pop.
roll.
Cut it
Honestly, if you give him a stronger sneak attack than me, I'd be a little upset. So,
Tears.
Okay, I have to think. I have to roll a hit. Okay, so this is the first,
wow, how did that
First
grenade get
tickles.
tossed over there? That's weird.
second Tickles, third. Oh my god! Yeah. There's a 12 hit.
Well,
Fester. Oh, then they all miss. All the Tickles misses.
You suck, old man.
Wait, so now question again. Since that was a basic attack with their daggers, and Tickle does have extra attack, can he basic attack again with all 3 Tickles?
Rogues don't get extra attack.
They don't. But if I pay to give it to my summon.
done that already. You can't mid-summon chicanery, right? You set it up when you summon them. You can't randomly allocate points mid-battle, right?
Allocate points? No, but it's an ability that he has. I think I sent it a screenshot. Yeah, see on the top above fire shield it says extra attack.
He already did it, guys. Wow, holy shit. We're all pretty high level.
Can I keep does that count as another 3?
Oh my gosh. Oh
Since
no.
it's a basic?
A creature within 5 feet hits you. So now he's surrounded by these things, and if he attacks them, he takes fire damage.
Oh no, I'm talking about the extra attack though. Like he has the ability called extra attack, like a feature or whatever, I think.
Okay, if you've given it to him in the past, I will let you do it. Roll another.
Oh, okay, no, just make sure. Say less.
If it's already on the sheet, I'm fine. So I'm not letting you
is.
add it to
That's
the
what he said.
sheet.
Okay, so that's a miss. Does a 16 hit?
1 hit.
Oh my god, 1 hit out of all that. Well, that's not sneak attack anymore, so
They are just, he is surrounded by farty old floating men, many farty little chibi floating McTiggles. I have to imagine this is one of those moments where Kyle looks down and is like, "What a million years would I have thought that my life would bring me to this point where my dead but bad mentor was resurrected and killing Iagran noble in front of me." And
he is really bad. Yes. Out of 6 swings, only 1 hits and it does 4 damage.
Feels very on brand.
It
Feels
does.
very on brand.
I end my turn. That's it.
The
With Fester surrounded by 3 tickles.
is wild. I think that this is like,
you did it.
yeah, man, this is, the polymorph is huge. That was
Yes.
like 30, 50
Just don't hit me.
like per attack. Yeah.
Guys,
Okay.
Just don't hit me.
Let's finish the fight.
So now that is NPC's turn. Savage just keeps running along. I don't know if he even ever realized that the Warforged was that close before it was turned into a turtle. I'm going to say you lose visual on them. They leave the room. They are fully gone.
Game, peeps.
Reginald, Fluellen, Adlaria, Odina, who is free of all that stuff, she's just going to lay into a guard. I could roll a billion times, or I could just do the damage that she did last time, which was like 41. So I'm just going to do that.
Okay.
And she does so much to hit that it's very unlikely she won't kill one of these guys. So she kills the other guard that was near the door. So there's basically an open way to the door. And then I think kind of getting a vibe that this turtle is important from all like because I can't imagine that like Kyle was like people seeing and understanding what was happening. It was like, oh! A big celebration moment. I think Odina like gently scoops up the turtle and like, you know, like big claw hands is kind of like,
Now throw it out the window.
gently. And Leo, I'm going to say it is critical you maintain focus on that concentration.
Period. Easy.
I have an idea.
Now it is Savage is gone, slaves. We're just gonna simplify. We're just gonna simplify the slaves and everybody out there to mauling the guards. The guards are in disarray. Like, we're gonna stop narrating every single move they make. I'm gonna say the guard that was on B after Kyle came in wanted to get the heck out of there. He's going after slaves as well. He's disengaging. And there's definitely a moment where Fester is like, "You fools, to me," and they're all basically pretending they can't hear him because they are dying. Then that is going to be B's turn here, and she has full ability to move.
If we could get the wisdom, look, we have. So, oh shit, she rolled terribly. She didn't make it. Okay, never mind. But she gets a reaction if he casts a spell. So
okay, she'll stay there. Great, that's all good. Moving on, then that is the baddies.
The baddies. I'm sorry.
The baddies.
Are we the baddies?
Fester is not the guy who cast the disintegrate earlier. Fester sees and realizes what is happening with the turtle, and he is going to unload his next disintegrate at Leo.
Okay.
He's going to point a line at him and hit him with a green light. And he's going to bonus action move his sword over somewhere and make an attack. But first, we'll resolve this disintegrate. So, Leo, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god. But my shoes, they're not tied. Dexterity. Oh my god. It's boo boo cheeks, guys. Guys, I think I'm dead.
Oh, it's about the concentration.
Oh my god, the 20.
Damn.
My shoes were tied. I'm wearing flip flops.
He does it. He's in flip flops. You're still in your suit from being Christina Anderson. He points to disintegrate, and you just changed his turtle. I'm sure you've still got eyes on that, and I think it is a full just. The disintegrate passes by your head, no interaction, not even have visual on it. Just truly a Spidey sense moment. You're in the flow. You're in the flow state. You know, like dodgeball, dip, dodge, duck, and dive. And the disintegrate does not even phase you. The weapon, spiritual weapon or the ethereal arcane sword that he generated, he's gonna use a bonus action. He knows that Kyle's on his last legs. He's gonna try and take a hit on him. It is.
Does he know where I'm at? Because I hid.
Oh no, that's right. That's what he failed before. He does not have visual on you. So he knows how critical this is. He's also going to try and hit Leo with his arcane sword. Can move up to 60 feet, so he can definitely get into there.
Uh,
Blah.
miss,
It's going to be a normal attack.
please.
That doesn't look like it's going to miss.
It's a 1.
That is a 22.
Oh my god.
Now you can still
22.
make a Constitution save, or the concentration check.
Oh my god, 22.
You could. So I want to impress upon everybody. If I had a box of doom, this would be a box of doom moment. If he breaks concentration and this Warforge comes back, it will start doing all this damage. You do have those tokens still.
I get what
You
you're
can
saying.
make this a
Can
miss.
she make a reaction to hit Fester now? Maybe.
Oh, B? Yes,
Yeah,
B can
thank you.
definitely make a reaction. But you might want to use a token to undo
Does
this hit.
15 hit him?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
16.
Constitution. Okay.
Where you at?
Yeah.
14.
Okay, so first off, it's damage 2d10, 3d10 force damage from the sword.
3d10. Oh, my ankles. I think they're gone, guys.
That's 19 force damage. That's half. So you need to make a 19 concentration check to pass this.
No, I got a 14.
So I
My
want
turtle.
this is a major moment, and I'm going to say that Leo, Kubo, you can use a token, and I would heavily encourage you to do so, to cause this sword to not hit.
I think Kubo looks at you, Leo, and I think you see him do again like the weird little eye thing at you. And wait, no, it's a coin flip. Never mind. Well, he looks at you while he flips it. He's like, "Fucking work!" And then win.
Okay,
Keep concentration
that's
on the
2
turtle.
tokens down. The blade doesn't even hit. It's a crit fail. So you see it going toward you. You are able to avert this with the spell. Fester has used everything on
So his
you.
mage armor is a 16, huh?
With mage armor, it's a 16.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't take 19 damage?
Do not take 19 damage.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, saved my life. Saved my career.
Now that is all Fester's. We are back to Kubo now.
Okay.
I will say that Fester is looking bad. Fester is looking bad. He has used a lot of spells. He is bleeding. He is not looking good.
Oh, well, I probably, it doesn't matter.
You already made the whiz save. Yep.
Let's see. Come on. Come on, Kubo. You probably
Dang, no. Kubo, you try to slash at him.
Let's just keep it going. I'm
after the
actually
coin
angry.
flip.
I don't want to
Okay,
talk about it.
That is to Kyle.
Yeah, from my concealment, I'm gonna take 2 shots at him. 17 and 23 to hit. And actually, hold on. I'm double check for this.
Okay, you do need to make the whiz save to try and hit him.
You
You
get it with
have to take it
advantage.
as an advantage. So these don't hit unless you pass the whiz.
Oh, right, okay. Whiz.
I'm actually kind of proud of how I designed this. This does feel right. That you're not able to take these hits on him.
Well, he has it with advantage.
You already did it with advantage there.
It's okay. That's
Yep.
what we
And then bonus action, resume hiding.
Okay, bonus action, resume hiding. Okay.
I just want to spit.
Well, I was about to be like, oh, I forgot to roll that with advantage. Nah, that's fine.
Sorry, man.
Okay, now, so yeah, you hide back, you pull out your gun, and then you get back into a corner for your next opportunity. Now we are back to Leo.
Do I see Kyle hiding back, or do I have to roll?
Could you get out of his 60-foot range so that he can't attack you with the sword anymore?
He can move it towards me, right?
But it's a 60-foot range from him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So but I don't know where Kyle is, right? Or did I see Kyle go back into hiding?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I had a feeling. For my eyes, I don't got my glasses. Perception. Oh, I thought this was persuasion.
Flip-flops.
Oh, yikes. I don't know.
Well, if it helps for anything.
13?
You do not see me.
Can I? Oh, what?
Can I tell you? Can Kubo just yell at you or B? I don't care which one, but either of them kind of yell at you to like get out of this like Fester sword range. They tell you like to move, basically.
Say less. So then I'm gonna. Well, if I head towards Kyle, well, can I? Oh, I'm gonna use our walkie-talkie.
Okay,
And-
don't forget, I'm also on the ceiling. Like I don't
doesn't
know.
matter
I don't
to
know
me.
exactly why you're asking where I'm at, but
Well, I'm gonna be like, Kyle, donde está? And then while also moving away, while also still concentrating.
Okay, so
You can go towards Odina. She might protect you.
I don't think Kyle's gonna give up his location here. I would go to Odina. I mean, what's your goal here? Can I kind of
I want to heal Kyle. But I have to know where he is to do that. So it's kind of like find the needle in the haystack right now.
Can I persuade you to move towards Odina so that because here's the thing, the reason I'm saying this is if you fail the sword again and he keeps going after you, I can't keep saving you with these tokens. I'm gonna run out and I can't keep saving your life. So with these
I think I should have brought a tickle with me.
you can try and hit. I mean, you can try and hit him and do, or I mean, you have dispel magic prepared. You can get rid of his sword. You can get rid of his sword that way.
I don't have dispel magic. I'm gonna cast Misty Step and get the F out of here and go 70 feet. I think it is
Misty is only 30.
30 is additional 30.
No, Misty Step is 30. It's a 30-foot teleport bonus action.
You teleport out of the room, basically go into the hallway.
nice.
Ooh, do I want to do that? No, I'm full health. That's abandonment.
Go to like a corner of the room that's just outside. I think you're like if you can go just 30 feet in like another direction but still be in the room, I think that'd be safe because Fester's over here.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, as long as you stay away from Fester, I can't describe enough. It doesn't matter that you're full hit points. The Warforged will bring you to 0 from full. Like keeping that Warforged
You just need to
turtle
just keep
is
concentration.
critical. Like
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna move away from Fester. I'm gonna get, I guess, behind the turtle, like further in front of it, and get myself to like a nice corner.
gotcha. You
And do I want to cast something? Do I want to go crazy? No. Concentration. Is there any more soldiers in the room?
they are engaged with the slaves.
I'm gonna shoot one soldier with witch bolt because
That is concentration.
oh, it is.
That is concentration. Also,
is.
if you're doing Misty Step, it's a bonus action spell. You can only cast cantrips.
That is also true. So then that's it. I Misty Step myself further away and then walk further away, but still be in the room.
Yeah, bless you. I just was like, please.
Please,
I
please.
can't do this. Hold on.
It's so hard. I don't have anything crazy.
Okay, so NPCs, there's nothing to talk about outside of Odina. I think Odina, so did you take the turtle from Odina? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay, you take the turtle from Odina, there's a handoff.
I love that.
Oh my god, it's holding a bomb.
She's gonna go maul another guard, kill a guard. She does
Just
get
like
on her breath weapon, and she turns to look over at Fester and is getting ideas. Is Tiggles? Do you want Tiggles to try and attack Fester again?
oh, I completely forgot about Tiggles. Oh my god.
Roll. Wisdom saves an advantage for Tiggles. Fast.
Wisdom. Tiggles wisdom. Oh my god. 18.
That counts, right?
Yeah, 18 will pass.
Oh my god! I attacked with the his blades with extra attack. So 3 tickles swing.
That's
16.
that the 16 will hit.
Nice. And then I'm gonna do an extra swingy for everybody. 17.
17 will hit.
Okay, so only 2. Okay, so the first one is with sneak attack because he's adjacent to Kubo. So that's a +6.
Oh,
Okay, so this plus.
the sanctuary does a lot.
Okay, so this. Oh my god, trash.
It's
And then
plus, right?
plus 1d6.
No, yeah, those are just flat.
7.
That's better than nothing.
Okay, so that's 7 damage on the first one, and then the second one. Okay, so it's 8 damage in total.
Slash. The little leprechaun does his damage.
And my turn.
Now that is your turn. Okay, so then we got through all those. Warforged is a turtle. It looks faced off. I think, Leo, as you look at it, you feel that this creature has experienced peace for the first time in its life. It is very pleased.
Oh man.
Moving
wow.
on, the guards just.
Wait, doesn't B get a turn?
You're right. B does get a turn, so B can try and pass the wisdom save.
Again. Nope. Okay, that's just fun. At least she gets a reaction. Yay. That reaction is like the only way she's hitting. It's okay. It's better than that.
As Fester takes his turn, it's kind of interesting because now that all of you are around him, it's kind of who can muster the will to attack this guy. And I think that he sees the writing on the wall. Like he's like, and he does not have spells that are like combat oriented. He has spells that are ruling oriented, like showing like being flair and fancy, and you know what I mean.
Can we do anything to like get rid of that effect?
It is kind of the. I'm gonna say no. There's not a way that you can
That's
see
fair.
that now.
You just had to ask, right?
He is going to point at Kubo again, and he's going to cast Banishment.
Okay, what is it?
Ooh.
He needs to make a save.
What kind of
Damn, Saber suck spells.
He is out of a lot of spells. You guys have blasted the spells down. This is a charisma saving throw.
Oh, he has a high charisma. Let's find out.
16.
How about an 18?
You feel this effort like trying to wrench you away back toward heaven. You feel like this
I
strange.
think it's a 20, 30, 20.
Yeah, he's not hitting him. It's a one target person.
That doesn't matter. What
Okay.
is it? And she does 14 damage.
Oh, she slashes
That's
at
her
him.
react. It's the mage
Yeah,
slayer.
oh
He
my
tried to do a
gosh.
spell, so she's gonna
Okay,
keep hitting.
okay, 14 damage.
14 damage.
Big gash in his back as this spell fails, and you're able to stay rooted. For a moment, you don't feel gravity pulling on you, and it's very unpleasant. And then you feel your
What's the
feet
thing
back
about
onto the
nature?
ground. The sword, which can no longer strike at them, he is also going to bring back to try and strike at you.
Love to see it. AC 21. Hit me hard.
You got a 19. Okay.
I'm losing my shit.
Okay, now it's back to Kubo.
Let's
You
see.
guys made my big scary thing a turtle. I don't, like I'm basically
Did
now.
I 30, 20 beat the wisdom?
Yes, you do.
See, if you had used a golem, it would have the immutable form thing, and you wouldn't be able to polymorph it.
I don't think I beat the DC to hit him.
No, you don't.
I'll just spend another token.
You
I'm so
can.
tired.
That's a crit. You get to crit on that then if you spend a token.
Okay, so let's do that, and then I just do double damage.
Yeah, you do double damage.
God. 7 plus 8. What is that? Like
That's 15 damage.
Cool. 15 damage.
Kubo Kadros, finish Fester Farah.
Oh my God, I think Kubo is pissed off, and so it's just a bunch
Snaps all around.
I think he actually is just like, fuck you, and just, yeah, through the heart, and then I think he just so he can't be revived.
Okay, so after this banishment, I think B slashes in the back, and then Kubo like, it just stabs through the heart, and I think it's like everybody for a moment is like, huzzah, and it starts to go and go and go, and people start to lose their enthusiasm.
No, I'm
as
sorry.
it's
I'm
basically,
sorry.
it's basically butchery at a certain point, and
No,
like.
no. I don't want to revive him. It's over. Okay, I hate him. We're done.
The slaves start to see this. They turn away from the thing. You see them swarm this dead body that you're stacking into. You see them start tearing parts
I
off
just
of
back
him.
up. Holy fuck.
It's very horrifying. And
Well, good for them, I guess. You know.
The guards have been fully nullified. The Warforged is a turtle. You have an hour to figure out what to do with that turtle. And Fester Farah is dead.
I have one token.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Dance on his blood.
You hear people come on over the stones. You basically hear like Fluellen, who still has Kubo's stone, be like, "We have made it out to the street. Things are chaotic, but we are finding a place to lay low. Good job. I'm hoping you're still alive." And you hear them kind of like disconnect and start to go into find a place to hide in the city. What are people wanting to do here? The slaves are kind of like, now that Fester has been disemboweled and dismembered, and like, you know, the guards are dead. Leo, you still have the turtle, whatever you're
I have a plan for the turtle.
Plan for the turtle. Okay. So we're gonna say there's a window here. You guys can like go out onto a balcony a little bit, see the city. Now that like the heat of battle is gone, you see that on the petards, on these large staves, there are bodies. And this is way back over at the Farah family household. And you see that there are bodies. You can't see what they are, but you see now that there are bodies that are being impaled on petards. And it is a grisly display of royal power and authority over these spirits, these people. What is your plan for this turtle? I think everybody has. It's kind of like a. Sorry, I interrupted you, but it's kind of like a dudes where my car moment. Where's my car moment? Like, everybody's like, what do we do with this problem? It's like a bag of drugs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna find a closet or just small room, anything like that, and I'm going to run some wire around its neck to a bunch of grenades placed around the base of the room, so that in the end of the hour, when the concentration fails and it grows, it pulls out all the pins, and it's going to take 16 grenades. I decided to spend 16 grenades on this.
Okay.
I hate this thing.
I will say, knowing how much these do, you have a very strong confidence that it will fail. Just for the fun of it, roll the damage and tell me what it would be, and then we'll estimate low, high on if it would survive. Even if
Do you want me to contain it? I can contain the explosion and make sure it stays in the room.
Yeah.
So we don't have to like ruin the whole place.
No, I kind of want to ruin this whole place.
Oh, okay.
good feeling is gone. About
Good
it.
feeling.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's you know, when you take down the tyrant, you start tearing down all their statues, you blow up their house, salt their fields.
The drinks
all
here were
that.
good. The drinks here were good.
16 times 5. That's 253.
Yeah, it would be dead. Yeah. It had 99 hit points left. So even if it were
If it had succeeded on every single one, yeah.
yeah, it would be full dead.
I'd love to see it.
So you guys established this terrifying saw trap for a turtle. And then Lee, after this all kind of resolves.
An hour later, the ground just shakes.
You have 4 hit points, Kyle. I mean,
I don't even know.
I have 9.
9, excuse me.
I have 4 more than I did after the disintegrate. The disintegrate knocked me down to 5. I have 9 on this one. I'm feeling great.
Do you want us to heal you, or is it safe?
Yeah, Yeah,
need a long
probably.
rest. I'm sure we all do. Let's figure out connecting with the others and seeing if we can all regain some spells, hit points.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you guys, get out of this building. It is chaos outside. You guys managed to find a place to hole up. I'll say that it's like at the park where you guys met before, kind of this underground mushroom park. So you guys kind of resolve and get things figured out. As you're walking around, here's what you find out that is very spooky, but also, kind of interesting in this. All those bodies on petards are all of the Sue Vaucheline and Sue Farah servants. There is a no tolerance, like they were being used as slaves before. One of them betrayed them, no tolerance. Sue Vaucheline, Sue Farah, life is forfeit. There is any coercion, commingling of like you being on their side, them, coordinating with you. This is a full genocide of anybody that is a bastard child.
Including that bitch that disintegrated me?
She was not Sue Vaucheline. She was a royal mage, but it would have been. That would have really sucked. He disintegrated you and still died about her.
That. Holy shit.
Nobody died. Nobody died.
I was planning on it.
I know you tried even. Damn.
Ole!
Three of those tokens, which for me, win. Those things are. So we get back.
Can we talk to each other and do stuff?
Yeah, everyone's resting. You see, everyone's trying to recover. It is very much like a holy shit, just kind of very intense, strained vibes. Savage is kind of lounging, relaxing. He looks tired from carrying Adlaria. Adlaria finally got out from under the effect of the submit effect. And now we're all just relaxing. So this period of time is yours.
I think Kubo off the bat would have a little bro moment with me. Was like, oh man, good hits or attempted hits out there, like that reaction. And then she just yeah, I like to fight. I don't know, they just have a little moment, do. And I think Kubo would let people know that once he has a long rest, he might be able to help heal if they need it, but if not, he needs to rest. And I think he's gonna come. I think he's gonna kind of check in with mentally, how you can read people, just look at Odina and see if she wants to talk or not, but if not, let them be together, her and Llewellyn. And then I think he's gonna come and if Odina doesn't want to talk to him, he's just gonna kind of slump into Savage and just pass the fuck out. I think he would just be absolutely just all the stress of the past couple months, that battle, it's gone, and he can finally rest.
As Kubo slumps, you finally feel this effect that was giving you advantage on wisdom saves patter out, and kind of the world feels dusty and grimy. You see Odina and Llewellyn talking in hushed tones in one corner, and when you talk to Odina, it seemed like she was just kind of gave you a affirming thumbs up and then directed all her attention to Llewellyn. Adlaria was talking to Savage for a while, but now she found some food, kind of wandered off to another part of the camp, and has been eating for a bit. And now you guys can all talk and whatever you'd like to do, Leo or Kyle here.
Tickles and I took no damage. Yay!
Fireball was big. Blocking with Fireball was real big. You have a drink. I think Reginald would hang out with you, Leo, and Reginald would be like, excellent spell work. Truly some of the best I've seen. And I've seen quite a bit.
Well, of course, I've been studying all the time.
I feel like to be so you summoned the tiny man. Interesting.
Who knew that was my best summon? Crazy.
I guess Kyle would, as soon as everybody looked away, he would sneak off after Adlaria.
Yeah, I think
Scandal.
He has soup and bread. As you walk off, there's just a moment of recognition between you two. Yes.
It's not my favorite look on you.
It's I have looked better. What, you want me to say thanks? Want me to say thanks for coming and saving me, big strong man, come across the ocean, try and help me out, huh? Want to say thank you?
No, but man. Well, I didn't have anything better to do. Nothing. No thanks necessary.
She puts down her bowl of soup, puts down the bread next to it. She comes up and just kind of gives you like a hug. It kind of feels like you guys have had fully romantic relationship in the past. And it's not that this isn't romantic, it's just that this is like a comrade thing. Like this is like you did me a solid kind of an experience. And she goes, thank you for getting us the rest of the way out. Thank you. She kind of sits back down with her bread and kind of invites you to sit down with her for a bit.
Yep, I would join her and ask her. So should we go steal some clothes, or I mean, you like what you're?
No, I don't. Let's still close.
Let's go steal some clothes.
You guys, I'm gonna say just for the heck of it, I hope this is okay. You have a pristine, crystalline memory of you guys back when you were like teenagers. You know what I mean? Like you may have met like once years and years and years ago, like right when you first started being in the same circles, and you were like at a state fair. And you wandered in and you stole all this like fair food and like tickets to go to things. And for a brief moment in this Iagran hellscape where there are people running and screaming and Warforged blasting down buildings, and like you guys are back at the fair, you guys find a little shop, steal clothes that you actually and manage to come back. And I want to roll for you. You guys are both wildly experienced rogues.
And also, everybody's a little distracted,
Yeah. But for a single moment, you guys are kids at a fairground again. As you get back, you guys are exhausted, super injured, like beat up, still running around do this. And say you get back, and I'm gonna say there's no romance yet. There's not any outside of this kind of this like fun, playful, like running to and from, but you can tell that there's a lot of healing there. Like if you guys were to talk about Efferden, there probably would be a fight. If you guys were to talk about things that had a conflict, you guys would probably have a conflict. But as it is right now, and as things are, there's no bad blood. You know what I mean? Like this right now is a bubble of peace. And yeah,
I don't have to hide when I go to sleep tonight. Good to know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say you guys are able to get your long rests. Leo is
much needed.
Long rest. Leo, is there anything you want to do here outside of talking to Reginald?
That was everything.
It would be after first day. No, I'd say I would just recover and mentally relax, because that was a mental moment dealing with the Warforge. But me being a brilliant book guy, I knew how to handle the situation. So
probably one of my favorite moments in a long time. They're turning a nuke into a turtle.
I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
It was perfect.
Is OP.
So the last thing I will say here, then, before everyone goes to rest, Odina comes up to Kubo at the end of this kind of whole thing. After you've collapsed, actually, she goes to look for you, and realizing that you're asleep, goes, tomorrow morning.
Oh, it's okay.
No, nothing like that. You just want to engage with it, yeah. And everybody sleeps. And it's funny because you guys are in this hidden little alcove of the city, and like literally 2 blocks away, there's like blood
burning.
Just Lord Valshaline truly imposing his horrifying, like tyrannical rule. And so you all are here and safe, and you all get your full rest. Do you guys want to like talk a bit about like on recording, or do you guys just kind of want to wait until we get back after a long break here to kind of move forward?
I'm gonna forget anything that we say.
Yeah.
31st, you said? Is that gonna be when we're back?
We'll be back. That'll be the first time we'll be back for stuff.
I think that's only 2 weeks again, so at least it's not 30.
Yeah, so it'll be the 31st.
31st. Okay. Let me mark that down. Okay.
Yeah, I did too.
And we're gonna be in Utah after getting married on Sunday, or we'll be flying back from Utah, and then we'll be in Iceland on the 24th. Yeah. So we're excited.
Whoa, there's no ice there.
We're really excited. But I'm gonna tell you, that was honestly, I had a fun time. I had a fun time. That was
a good one.
That was very much the dungeon master slipping on banana peels the whole session. Like, there were so many of those attacks that should have really messed you up, and it was 1, 2, 3. Like,
I love that spell. Good news. I'll remember to do that to buff everybody again. So.
I mean, that is like
Wow.
a Kingslayer buff in the world that I've established here. Like, is getting advantage on those wisdom saves like the only way you can land hits. I mean,
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just got it last time you leveled up.
I'm honestly kind of proud about that design. I think that's a very good design to kind of show how impenetrable they are, how hard it is to get.
Yeah.
I
didn't have to turn it into Tickle Me Leo either. Like, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
didn't have to go smelly. So yeah, the only last, I mean, assuming we want to stay and try and kill the last of the Farah family, is Serenity and Vespa.
I guess we just figure out next time what it actually even looks like to get out, like how to get out of here, and we would just go from there.
And I have a lot of time to develop the soup of the story and figure out how we finish off this last arc, or not last arc, but this the ending of this arc. So yeah, I think I'll stop the recording
is
here.
It like
real quick.
is there a cute sibling moment where Savage like puts his armor on Kubo or something?
Yeah.
Yes,
There's
I
definitely
just
a
wanted
moment where
that.
it's just like, yeah, big lug,
I love it.
yeah, big dumb thumb.
No,
Pats you on the back. And I think there's just a big sense of everybody just ran a marathon. Let's just sleep. And so everybody has a peaceful night in the chaos stream strewn
The
city of
streams, yeah.
Yagran.
smoke.
Oh,
and
it's great.
Oh my God, do it.
Okay, I'll stop the recording now.